What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna do the best albums of the year, and I know these videos are late, but my December has been quite interesting. And when I did have time, I was a bit, my bad, y'all. Next year, I really need to get on top of this. But yeah, I'm back. I'm doing the list again. I skipped a couple years just because I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't have the material. And also the energy, because these lists are hard. Oh, not the perfect frame. Now we're gonna start with number 10. We got Dark Times by VIN Staples. Didn't surprised to see this one here. I didn't really see a lot of rap entries for a while making this list, but here we are. I really enjoy the lyricism on this project. I enjoy the self-awareness on this project from VIN Staples, like on Shame on the Devil, Government Cheese, like songs like that. I just woke up, by the way, so this sounds really monotonous and annoying. My bad. And I also enjoy the instrumental feel and like the way the songs they all kind of go together in a way. And I just feel like, and I just love going inside of VIN Staples' mind and just seeing what's in it and just getting this deeper, a bit of retrospection, a bit of retrospective project. Like there's other songs like Justin, and I don't know if that's based on a life experience. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's just someone else's story he's choosing to tell, but I do appreciate the realness on this album, especially the Shame on the Devil. That was one of those standouts for me. I'm so happy to see the state of VIN Staples. I've listened to it. I haven't really been up to date on all the VIN Staples projects, but this is the second one I have given a shot to, and I do enjoy it more. The last one I heard was Fun, and I do enjoy the fun summery vibes on that album, but this album feels more of its time, and it just feels more like I like that album because it's a fun album, fun summer. You could play it on. I like to put it on when I go, like some songs. I have like a camping playlist or like just a summertime playlist, and I have quite a few songs of it on there because it's bouncy and it's just it has good vibes there. But with this album, I like for artists, I really like being able to look inside their head to see what's going on, just mentally, like how they think as a person, how they feel as a person, how they act as a person, what they've been through in their lifetime. I do enjoy the fun rap songs, but this feels more personal. It feels well written. It feels a bit more focused. Yeah. Number 9, we have Please Don't Cry by Rhapsody. Well, this is not her best project. And sometimes I think at the beginning we get a little lack of consistency and the lyricism isn't top notch like we expect of her, but towards like the middle to end, it just gets, she goes on a freaking Lincity run here, like lyrically, sonically, feature-wise, and I love towards the end, I feel like the songs get more flavorful, like we get a bit more different sounds without sounding like a cluttered mess. And it's just interesting to hear these certain stories she has to tell. Like towards the end, the freaking track list is goated, bro. It goes from He Shot Me, God's Light, Skip Back in My Bag. I like Back in My Bag, but it's not that crazy, low-key. It's good. Rollo, and Ballad for the Homegirls. And then we've got Faith and Forgot Me Not. Like then after, like towards the end, girl was hitting her mark. I love like we got the different sounds. Like we got more Caribbean song. We got more of a rappity rap. Well, not rappity rap, but more of a freaking just like a rap song for fun, basically. Just more of like a braggadocious rap. And then we get songs talking to the homegirls, songs talking about relationships, songs about raw sex with Lil Wayne because of course he's on the song. I can ignore Lil Wayne on that song though because I do really like Rhapsody's verse on there. And I like the energy, the raw energy, if you will. And while this is not a Layla's Wisdom, where on the beginning, like from the get-go, she's just hitting. She's making all those punches. She's getting all those hits in. I don't know why I say these things, but like the first like 4 songs, I'm like utterly, 3 songs at least, I'm utterly obsessed with. The rest, I still like, but like she starts off swinging on that one. But this one is still an enjoyable project, obviously, to me. Next we got number 8, Where the Butterflies Go in the Rain by Ravina. Ravina. I love this woman's voice. She just has the voice of a nurturing mother. Thank you for your nurturing music, mother. Gay mother. With her song, her voice usually just moves like butter all over this project and all over her other ones, but this one, I love like this like summery vibes, the sweet sensual vibe she brings on here. Oof. butter. Some of my favorite songs are Pluto. Smile for Me has been one of my favorites for a long time. Baby Mama was actually pretty good. The one with JPEG Mafia, because I can't remember right now what it's called for some reason. Little Slow. And then I even like the little intros, the interludes that kind of like she's speaking in her language. I don't know exactly what she is. I forgot. I'm not very smart. I do know she's a type of Asian, and I don't know what it is, but I like hearing that her, like, I don't know if it's her native language, but I do like hearing that language, and it sounded really nice, and it worked on this album for some reason. She can make anything work, it seems like. Number 7, we got a shocker. I would have never put it on the list so many years ago, but here we are. We got Bird's Eyes by Ravina. Like, who even am I by putting her on this list? If you've seen any of my past music videos talking about music, I've discussed I do not like Ravina. I feel like she has zero control over her voice and her song, and her Hypness album was very boring and very disappointing for very obvious reasons. I mean, it just felt like that whole album felt like a run-on sentence. Like, there wasn't much variety, versatility there. Vocal control was lacking. Yeah, but this album feels more tame. It feels more, not compressed, but it just feels more as a cohesive piece. But not so cohesive, it's just like, well, every song sounds the same and you don't know the difference between them at this point, because like, what's the difference between these tracks? Hypnosis, what's the difference? What do you mean there's 20 songs, or near 20 songs? But with Bird's Eye, we get a crisp 13 to 12 songs. I'm pretty sure it's 13. And not too many misses on this one. The time she does miss, it's a lack of vocal control. Like, it's just, but with this album, the vocals, I feel like here she has a better grasp and like better like control of her range. Like, here she seems tame, and I love the way she uses her vocals on some of these songs. Like, Bad Idea is one of my favorites, like, vocally. And then, like, it just feels like different for her. Like, it's not like so like hypnotized. Like, it has flavor. And then songs like Candy is one of my favorites. I love that sound for her. I love that more like flavorful Caribbean vibe she's going for here. I love the I just wanna take you like candy. Like, her voice just fits so well over that beat. Like, even when she goes a bit higher on, like, I wanna, like, it doesn't alarm me, or it doesn't like turn me off. I still like can vibe with it and listen to it. This sound, I kind of want her to do this sound more, but I also love the sound she does on Love Me Not, where it's kind of like a Amy Winehouse kind of number feel. I love her voice. That song shocked me when I first heard it. I was like, really? This? Oh, I am very much into this and invested in this. I like Love Is Blind too, but Love Me Not really, like, it's not like the craziest song you've ever heard or the most innovative song ever released or something, or in the genre even. But this is like a sound that really works for her voice. Like, this throwback R&B sound she's kind of going for. Instead of this more modern R&B song where it's just kind of like, all these sound the same. Like, in a more, like, boring way. Like, she doesn't do it in a flavorful way on past attempts. But this, like, this sound works for her voice. Like, she knows what works for her voice on this project. Like, it feels like she's finally getting a grasp on what sound works for her. Like, this feels more complete. And it's more impressive, obviously, than her debut. I do find myself liking, like, most of this album. I liked One Wish. It wasn't my favorite song, but I appreciated the different sound. I appreciated the variety on this project. And despite the variety, it felt like one project, and it felt like it was one. And it felt like with this project, she's growing more into herself. And hopefully off of this project, she'll pick a couple sounds that suit her. And maybe it's a little less like a lot of genres in one. Because there's nothing wrong with that in theory. And I do like this. And it feels like with this project, she has found her voice and her footing. And she's getting more control. She's figuring out what works for her on this one. And it works pretty well, but I feel like we could still step up from this project, though. I love so many songs on here so much. I'd still love to see her top. Next, we got another artist that is crazy that I'm putting on this list. If I saw this list 2 years ago, I would like explode, because how are both of these people on the list, and I've been heavily critical of them, even despite their popularity in the R&B genre. We got Algorithm by Lucky Day. I can't help it, guys. I find myself listening to this too often to not love it this much. I know it should be higher, probably, but I can't put it higher. But this album, oh my god. Is this what, like, I have never heard a full Lucky Day project. I've just been turned off more by his single choices. Do I need to redo a couple listens to a couple projects here? Or is this the best it gets? Because I feel like this is the best it gets. Wow. Wow. Like, I didn't know bro could drop something like this. I like most of the songs on here. The one I'm not big on is God Damn You, Top, You Suck. This song is honestly what I kind of thought his music sounded like just all the time, because Top is just a mess. It's annoying with the top. Top, though, is just, what are we doing here? It just sticks out like a sore thumb on this track list, because everything else in the song is just easy listening, soft lyricism, loving lyricism, just gushing love with this one. Well, there's a couple that aren't, like Think Different and Blame and Paralyzed at times, spitting on and off. But like, for the most part, it just feels very loving and embracing, and I love songs. And I love the way they're written on this project. I love the way he talks about love on this project, especially like on songs like Soft and Pin. Especially Pin, like Drop a Pin. You know what I don't know. Drop a pin. Yeah. It's just so fun. It's fun, bouncy, and it's just risque at once. And then we get songs like Soft, where it's like, you're making me feel so soft. It's just like, I love seeing this lovey-dovey side to him. Like, hello. Like, the other songs I heard from him weren't like this. They were not quite like this. Maybe I was listening to the wrong songs, but hello. Hello there. Oh my god. I love the Never Leaving You Lonely, just the vocals. It's just so fun, and like the way he gets into his upper range. Like the way his voice kind of like, here on this project, like his voice, he does different things with his voice I wouldn't expect him to do. And it's just fun, especially like on songs like Mary, where he kind of goes into this I've been smoking for a while, like maybe like 5 years, not too long, but enough for my voice to be affected, which is the point of the song, because it's about Mary Jane, you know, because of course it is. I thought this originally wasn't it. I thought this, but the way he like frames it is like, it's like a good double entendre. It can make you convince you otherwise that it's actually about a woman, but it's not, spoiler alert. But that song is just, oh my god, I've never heard him sing like this, and I was like, yo, what? Ooh, that's like one of the only songs on here that really isn't about love. Top, I don't even know what it's about, honestly. I hate it, so I don't listen to it. And then Hurricane is just like, most of this is like more just like R&B, more true to R&B for the most part. And then there's Hurricane, which is more of a take at pop R&B, and you could tell this is a single, like it's intentionally made to be a single and be marketable, but even with the most marketable song on this project being Hurricane, it's actually like a banger. I know if you've seen my past video, you've seen me talk about Hurricane, but I'll take you to the top floor, baby. Like, bro, I will listen to that any day of the week, even though I could tell it's supposed to be the marketable song. This is supposed to be the song that charts. And I don't know if it did. Maybe it did. Maybe it kind of worked. I wish I heard this on the radio, though, because this is good pop R&B. Like, it's not generic, and I like the writing on here, and the title's kind of silly, The Hurricane. I haven't seen another hurricane. But I do enjoy this. I enjoy it for what it is. I just like it, and I love Paralyzed, like the softness in his voice, like when he goes in that soft range where he's like, when it's said and done. Like almost every moment where he like almost every vocal tone he uses on here I like, besides Top, because I don't like anything about Top sucks. Sucks. Don't listen to Top. Listen to literally every song on here besides Top, and you'll be like, wow. Wow. Diamonds and Teal is a definitely underappreciated song. Smooth ending, conclusion to the project. I almost forget about it sometimes. When I put it on, I'm always like, oh, wow, I should have listened to this more. But then the back to front, like the intro to the outro, cohesive, good, smooth listening. Wow. Like, I used to not like Think Different just because it's just like, what is even going on? But he persuaded me with that freaking voice of his and the way he like projects his voice and delivers his vocals. Like, I've been won over. Even though I think some of the lyrics are a bit stupid and dumb and a bit just too like on the nose. Like, we get it. We get what the song's about. Dude, relax. But another favorite of mine is That's You, and it's just such a lovey-dovey song. There's only one thing within my life, that's you. I love stricken songs like this, and then the vocals, the production. Oh my god, this song hits a spot. For me, a sweet spot. Ooh, love. Next we got 5, I Laid Down My Life For You. By JPEG Mafia. I yelled the end because it's in all caps. I just didn't want to yell the whole thing. Fortunately, I haven't heard this album a lot because, life. But from the times I've heard it, this album deserves a spot on the list. And next year, you best believe I'm gonna make up for the times I didn't get to listen to this project. This year, next year. Because I do really enjoy this album. I love this abstract, off-the-wall sound. The lyricism, the features, like, this album hits its mark. And I wish I had more to say about it because I listened to it when it came out, but I didn't have much time to re-listen to it for a while. So I don't have, like, the biggest, like, strongest thing, like, the most words to say about this album, but I just want to tell you this album slaps. It slaps. Just listen to this. This is fun. This is fun. This is feeding my longing and missing of Brockhampton. Like, this guy. Especially with this project. I liked his songs in the past, but like nothing like this. Like this album I can listen to most of this track list and just be like, hell yeah, let's freaking go. Next we got 4. We got Orquídeas by Kali Uchis, and if you asked me earlier in the year, middle point, I think this would be my favorite, but here we are, number 4. It was an early project in the year, and she delivered. I mean, I've never heard a Kali Uchis album or EP even that I don't like. Like, she just hasn't missed yet. Though it's debatable if this is her best, I do really enjoy Red Moon and Venus. I think that's my favorite. For the Spanish albums, though, this is the best one so far. The other one was, well, it was good. It was nice. It was smooth sailings. It was a nice first attempt at a language shift. But this one, I like how she explores more of the sounds and the Latin genre. She goes more in like the reggaeton sometimes, like on collabs with Karol G. But she also keeps like her R&B pop footing. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk. On like Mi Pongo Loca. But I do really like, and I love how that song starts. I just want to say the Como Así, like the sound, like it just feels like dystopian in a way, like the production. And it's a really flavorful, fun production from Kali we have yet to see, really, to this point. Like, yes, Isolation was very flavorful and fun and throwbacky, but, like, this album has, like, quite a few unique sounds we haven't really seen from her yet. And though some of the, like, songs don't always hit, especially Certain Someone, no ha. You know what I'm talking about. The one with Raw 100, that's a big-ass miss. And towards the end, we get a little messy sometimes. Besides that song, there's a couple other misses. But for the most part, I do enjoy the singing. Of course, Kali Uchis is freaking gotta be one of the best singers of this generation of our time. Beautiful range, beautiful voice. I've never heard a vocal from her that I don't like. This woman can sing her ass off. And if you never heard one of her songs, listen to one right now. And I doubt it, by the way, because over time, she's gotten decently popular. But this project, I could turn this on, like, at least, I can turn this on a decent amount, because I just want to, this album, I don't know what it is. It's just fun. It's just a fun Spanish album, and I can appreciate it for that. It's not trying to be anything else. Ooh, some of these songs on here, though, slap, like, especially towards the end, where she dives more into the Latin genre. I don't know what this specific genre is in, but it's like more traditional while also being more high tempo. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Dame beso, muévete, / muévete. Ooh, that song is... I wish that song got popular, because this song... I love it. It's like a modern version of like a traditional like Spanish song. It's just so fun too. I forgot. I don't know what it's like the genre is specifically, and I really wish I knew, but I do not. I just want to tell you, listen to this whole album. This is a good Caliuchas project, and this is a good Spanish project. Check it out. Next we got 3, which is Grip by Serpent with Feet. My first exposure to this artist, and whew. Hold up. I'm gonna have to listen to the other ones he dropped after this. This gay man came through with this one. I'm not gonna argue this album is so innovative and so crazy and earth-shattering. It's not. But I love his voice. I love the lyrical concepts, the lyrical pieces on this song, on this track, on these songs. I enjoy the production. It's more smooth sailing. It's not trying to be too like, it's not super creative, no. I feel like his voice and his lyrical mind, spiritual miracle lyricals here like just pay off. The payoff, honestly. Some of the topics here, I enjoy some of these topics. Of course, we get fun ones like the one, Damn Gloves. That's a fun banger, and I can appreciate it. But most of the time, we get blissful, sweet moments. We get songs about longing, like on Ellipses. Baby, come kiss me. Another favorite of mine is 1 to 10. How fine is he on a scale from 1 to 10? Like here we get him kind of feeling in his jealous nature, kind of feeling like he's kind of lost hope in this relationship. Like he's all like talking about he doesn't want to be alone forever, and he's just kind of freaking out. It's just kind of him. It's like because he knows his guy got another man or is talking to another man, whatever the story or context may be, and he's just kind of like, how fine is he? On a scale from 1 to 10. Like, when I do album of the year, I kind of look at the ratings, and y'all really did not like Rum/Throwback. Though, not lyrical genius, I do enjoy the funness of this track. Or, I mean, the title is very self-explanatory. You could tell what this about. It's about his partying. Humming is one of my favorites, though. His voice on this song, the storytelling. Like, it's not like on the nose what it's talking about, but if you like listen and pay attention, you can figure out what he's talking about. It's about this guy got his heart humming, but he's saying like his work, like it's about like a guy working on like people's cars basically, but like the motor, like it's kind of like when they say you got this motor humming, he kind of takes that phrase, but it's just like, but then later he goes, you got my body humming too. Body, I can't talk. But I don't know, maybe it sounds a little silly. It's just a unique concept, because I've never seen anyone like kind of like take that and just like run with it and then be like, actually it's my body and it's my heart. It's my soul. This man is sucking my soul out right now. Another song I enjoy, the lyrics are of one of my favorites is Safe Word. Say that my safe word, if you know what safe word means. But in his eyes, he's like, I'm the safe word for my man, for my partner. And it's a very endearing moment. Just being someone, I love the thought of being someone's safe word. It's just like that person, it's just like you can come to that person. That person is your safe place. Like he says, I'm the shelter. This is a sweet moment. I really love this moment. It's very buttery sweet. I'm melting right now, honestly. So cute. Got Quantum Baby by Tinashe at number 2. I forgot to say that too at the beginning, but you know what it is. I couldn't put this one at number 1 though, even though I'm itching to, because I love almost every song besides No Broke Boys. Buried by the Number song. Not really into it. But everything else on here is pretty good. Like Cross That Line, which I'm happy got a video recently. Interesting video. But my favorite song on here has gotta be When I Get You Alone. Just the crisp, sexy R&B that we know from Tinashe on here. Oh, so freaking yeah. Everyone knows Nasty. Nasty's a banger. Not my favorite, but it is definitely a banger. She deserves all the flowers she's getting right now. Or she was getting. Whichever word you want to use. Whichever tense. One of my least favorites. Like, I like Red Flags, but I'm not crazy about it. But the reason I just could not put this as one is not only is it not a perfect project, which most albums aren't, and the next one's not a perfect album, it's just more cohesive. This album lacks cohesion, because, like, we go to Red Flags, but, like, the story she's told us and the relationship she shared to us about, it's just there hasn't been any red flags. Maybe it's her getting in her head on this one. Like, not only is the relationship she's discussing and sharing with us have any red flags that we know of, but this makes for one of the worst songs on the album. Like, okay, bro. But I do like the start with no stimulation. No simulation, no stimulation. That could be a completely different song. No stimulation. And then we go to Getting No Sleep, which kind of might sound like a simulation. She might have lied to us on that one. Though I do like Getting No Sleep. It's a very subjective song. Because you could say it's a boring snoozer, but I feel like that's the point and the atmosphere of the song she's going for. But you could also still think it's boring. I do like it, though, of course. Across that line. Oh, I'm willing to cross that line. I love that song. Like, she gets so, like, this is the most serious time I've seen her talk about a relationship. Talking about having babies in the backseat. But right now it's a fantasy. I'm thinking that could be yours. Just an excuse to start singing that song. I love the vulnerability on here. This is probably, she has a lot of vulnerable songs, like Salt and So Much Better. Not So Much Better. Why did I say So Much Better? I like to bring up Salt, though, because Salt's underrated. That's the ones I also think of first. Like, she has a lot of vulnerable moments, and maybe the instrumental isn't as vulnerable as past releases, but I like this song. I like the instrumental. Like, it's not too down, not too low, but it's also still such a vulnerable topic, and I do still feel like the instrumental backing is very supportive of this topic. Also, weird sentence to come out of my mouth, but, like, it feels like it's a nice fit. While not leaning too hard on the sad R&B, which I do enjoy. I love sad R&B, but I do like this view. I like this choice. But just feel like putting Nasty at the end was a weird fit as well. Like, okay, sure, queen, whatever you say. And though I do enjoy this project, and I really would love to put it at #1, it's just the cohesion and, like, the red flags that literally came out of seemingly nowhere if you pay attention to the lyrical side of this project. I just can't put it at #1, because #1, though maybe the story's a little scattered, it feels more cohesive in its storytelling and its messaging. Though this album is fun, and I think it's one of her best. And I think this is better than Baby Girl Angel we got last year, which I enjoyed. I'm pretty sure it was last year. I'm kind of slow. Yes, it was last year. And I actually think this is one of my favorite Tinashe projects, though it's a little, like I said, not fully consistent. It's still a solid attempt at being an album. Next, at #1, we got What Now? By Brittany Howard. And no, you don't yell what now. I have too much energy today. To hope I did not hurt anyone's eardrum. I just have too much energy right now, even though I haven't ate breakfast yet. And yes, I'm filming this in the morning. Bad choice. Because I didn't wake up that long ago before I started filming. But anyway. What now? Oh, what they gonna say now? I really, really enjoy this one. I've never heard anything from Brittany Howard to this point, besides one Childish Gambino collab, but that was inevitable. Ooh. I think I need to listen to more after this, but I remember I thought about listening to her so many times, but I just never did. But I'm so happy I gave her a chance here, because this album. Now, based on the title, What Now was crafted started during COVID, and obviously it just came out now, so it's taken her a few years, which is good. Take your goddamn time when you release music. Some of y'all just be pushing it out. Just be like, here you go, and then it sucks. But she took her time here, and I think the title suits it, because it's like, for her, it's like what I'm feeling now, which is like kind of like, I guess, the Charlie XCX project. It took more time, and she sat down. She just took her time with this project. But it's kind of like the same feel. And it makes sense that she said that, because it feels like almost apocalyptic. Not like lyrically, but like the way it sounds sonically, it kind of gives it that vibe, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels spaced apart. Some of the songs just feel apocalyptic instrumentally, even though, and that's kind of the vibe we're going on for some of these songs on this track list. Like, especially like Earth Signs, it definitely sounds like that. It has that sound to it. Like, that's the first one I think of. But this project, lesbians don't miss, guys. But this song is mostly about relationships. We also see a couple of hopeful moments, blissful moments about life on another day. It's more optimistic. And then we get Samson. Oh, I didn't know how much I needed a song like this until I heard the song. And this song is basically about her being with the man, and for some reason, just her, it's not feeling right. Like, it's not sitting right with her, but, like, she's with this guy, and she doesn't want to leave him, and she doesn't want to disappoint him, but she's in her head here but she's a bit, like, confused in her head. She's, like, in her head. Like, she just doesn't want to disappoint this guy, even though she knows she is queer at this point. And I like hearing these kind of songs, and I kind of wish lesbians made these songs more. Like, it's sad, but it feels vulnerable. And it definitely feels, relatable, genuine. Like, I can connect to this, even though I've dated a guy. We didn't actually go on a date at any point in time, but we said we were dating. We'd a lot of miscues there on that relationship. I don't know. But still, like, so it's some lesbians that have actually dated men and felt this way. Like, this is good for them to hear. And it's a way to connect with the artist. Like, I feel like connected with her more when I heard this song. I kind of picked up on what she was talking about, even though, like I said, I've never had, like, a boyfriend. Definitely not a husband. I'm too young. But I just really liked that moment, especially. It felt especially vulnerable. And it definitely, like, made sense within the context of being a COVID. She was probably just, like, reminiscing. Because I reminisce on that all the time when I thought I was straight. I feel like it's a common thing. Especially when you kind of grew up with a comp het mindset like I did. And then maybe seemingly she has. Or maybe this is just a random thought. But I feel like I always constantly go back to that. So I do enjoy hearing a song like this from a lesbian artist. But then we get more like... We get the girly songs. The gay girly songs. I don't know why I did that. Like Patience, What Now, To Be Still... Like, they don't all say that they're about women, but she's a lesbian, so they're definitely not about men, besides Samson, which was great. The vocals on the song, like, the way she can go into such a high range, just, don't let it... I can't sing that part. God, her voice is so powerful. I love her voice. Jesus Christ. But then she can go to be still. And also, I kind of like how shaky her voice sounds on there, because it just adds more depth and dimension to the song. And also, like, with To Be Still, like, the production is more low tempo, and it suits it so well, because it's just, like, I feel like I'm still in time when I'm listening to the song, like, just the way it plays and sounds, and the lyricism as well, but mostly the singing here really suits the song. And originally when I heard the song, I was like, I don't know if I'm really into this, like, this tone she's taking, but, like, in context, this actually suits the song very well. Another favorite of mine is Prove It To You. It's more of I like this because she's kind of doing the hey ya effects where it's more dancey, but it's actually just about wanting to prove to your partner your love for them and all these other things about them, all your insecurities. All your insecurities are just coming together, and you're just like, I just want to prove it to this woman I love, to this whoever I love. I love it. I love how danceable it is at the same time as well being sad, of course, moody. It's kind of like sad in the crying in the club vibes here. I like that. She took that approach, and I like the flute with her out. It's like, doo, 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 doo. It's such a fun little funky little element of it. 'Cause I love the way I'm made. Also, it's kind of funny that both the two albums on the top two both have a song called Red Flags. Here, though, she does this topic way better. Like, she was like, I'm gonna try through those red flags. Like, she's kind of like, it just feels like she's stepping out of a relationship and finally seeing all the red flags she missed. And it's like, I darted through all of these. I thought we were supposed to be collecting them, but apparently they said 50 is too many red flags. Oops. That's what the song's basically about. And I feel like this topic is handled way better in the hands of Brittany Howard than it was Tinashe. And it suits the album more because this album, like, half of it's most of it's a breakup album, but towards the end, she's on the horizon of a new relationship. Especially when you hear songs like Patience, Prove It To You. And then, Power to Undo, Real Girl. I relate to the song as it's about, just person wanting to be the woman for her. The woman that, like, just kind of heals her scars and heals her person. And is just there. And she wants to, like, undo all that damage, like, all that trauma. She wants to take it from her. She just wants to soothe her and heal her. And Brittany Howard just be like, no, thank you. She's kind of just, like, fighting her off. And I feel like that's a thing a lot of damaged a lot of people with trauma, like, be it childhood, teenagehood, just kind of whenever, even adult, like, as being an adult, and just being and living in life, and being an adult is hard. Just any kind of trauma, especially with, I feel like queer trauma, especially with lesbians, they suffer from it. Anyone can suffer from trauma, but, like, within my community, I could see how common it is. And it is nice that she's making a song like this, especially with, she's a lesbian, and we're supposed to relate to her as lesbians, or as whoever's listening to this, but, like, I get it. I feel like this album is for the lesbians. That's all I'm saying here. But anyone can relate to thinking like this. Just being like, this person seems perfect, but I just want to push her away, or push them away, whoever it is. Before I got into a relationship, when I was talking to a girl this year, I was kind of having that feeling as well, where she was, like, coming on to me, like, not, like, strong or whatever. She was just kind of, like, giving that whole, I want to heal you, I can fix you spiel, but not really. You know what I mean? I just want to say I could fix you because it's funny. Let's stop being funny for a second. Oh my goodness. She was kind of giving me that, but then my brain was all like, this is all, like, to me, it was like, this is too good. Why don't I try to ruin this? Kind of like this feeling of, this, like, what's going on right now? This is too good. This is too real. I don't know this feeling. I'm kind of scared, and I'm kind of, like, wanting to back off. Like, that's what she's giving here, and I really appreciate this song because I do relate to it, unfortunately. Now, been together for a little while, talked longer, I'm just in a place where I don't feel the need to want to push off or push her away. But it is a feeling that is very common with people with, like, just very long, lengthy trauma, especially if that person just reminds you of a person in certain aspects, even, like, if it's just, like, the fact that she's a woman, which is part of it for me. Me not really having a good mother figure in my life, so it makes it all the harder to have, like, a nurturing figure, even though it's not the same relationship, obviously. But trying to have someone to nurture you, knowing in the past when people have tried to do that, they've just kind of gave up, pushed you away, whatever you want to say, gave up on you, gave up on everything. It's just, it's a meaningful song, and it's one of my favorite cuts on this project, but I love every cut on this project. I just love the journey she takes us on. This album is just awesome. That's all I got for you today. This video is really long. I'm gonna leave. Bye!